change that.
You don't have to tell me.
Wait a minute.
Hey, are you the new guy who knocked on Franco?
Yes, why?
Because now I have to take over his job. You did a great job. Thanks a lot.
And what's it like leading the hunters?
Leave me alone.
Ah, who have we here then? Looky, looky. There you are. I've got good news and bad news for you.
First, tell me the bad news.
Raven is looking for you. His guards. Actually, all the bandits are looking for you. And if they find you, they'll kill you.
A lot of people have already tried that.
Then your combat skills are as good as your craftiness. Coming into the camp with some of our armor is like the sheep coming to the wolves. Your life is hanging by a thin thread, son of danger.
And what's the good news?
Well, I don't really know why, but you've made yourself a couple of powerful enemies. You can count yourself lucky that I recognized you and no one else. Because I am understanding and sociable.
How much do you want?
Oh, no, please. I don't want to extort gold from you. I wouldn't dream of it.
Then what do you want?
Recently, somebody tried to get Esteban out of the way, but he ran into the bodyguards. Go to Esteban and talk to him. Afterwards, we'll talk again.
Hey! Are you a digger?
Because of the pants? Nah, I just wear them because they're comfortable. All I do here is cook meat stew. Here, you can try some. It'll make you strong. It's always important to train your strength. There are many dangers lurking out there. If you want, I can help you to get stronger.
No idea until they... Do you really think?
Don't wake him.
What?
If you want to do yourself a favor, then stay away from Skinner. The fellow is unpredictable. He killed the last guy who woke him up. Let him sleep, for everybody's sake.
Cause more trouble. Been there, done that.
Why did you wake me, eh? I bet you don't even know. No, don't say anything. It's too late for excuses. Now you have two choices. You can fight me in my Betty, or you can try to run away. In your place, I'd run.
Don't take any crap! What are you waiting for?
Hey, if you're looking for a decent trader here in the camp, then you just found him. My hut is right behind Esteban, so if you need anything, come on by.
Hadn't been for us.
That's exactly
Wait a
what I
minute.
said.
That was no big deal.
Show me your wares.
They all ran like rabbits. I was completely alone.
That will never change.
I could have told you that before.
I'm staying out of it.
You have to feel sorry for the poor guy.
That will never change.
You already know what I think.
Same old...
So you're the fellow who fought his way into camp, huh?
That got around fast.
Franco was a tough nut. No one messed with him. No one. Except you. Just to make it clear. If you try the same shit with me, I'll kill you.
I won't be treated like that.
That was no big deal.
I want to get into the mine.
Do you really
Of course you do. Then you're in the right place with me. Because everyone who digs in the mine gets to keep a hefty share of the gold. And I hand out the red stones you need so that Thoris will let you in.
Tell me.
Give me one of those red stones.
Okay, but they aren't free. Normally I demand a share of the gold the boys get for digging. How much do you know about mining gold, huh? You don't appear to know a whole lot about it. If I give you a redstone, it won't be because you're such a great digger. No. I have another job for you.
That's nothing.
What sort of job?
One of the bandits planned to kill me. But instead, my guards killed him.
He was hot for your job, huh?
He was an idiot. A thug without a brain. He never would have got the idea to attack me on his own. Nah. He was only fulfilling a contract. Someone else sent him.
So, I'm supposed to find out who was behind it.
Whoever sent me this assassin will pay for it. Find him. And I'll let you into the mine.
I won't be treated.
Senyan sent me to you about this business.
Senyan? He also works for me. I told him he should keep his eyes open.
I wouldn't have done
How should I go about it?
Everyone here in the camp knows about it. So you're playing with all your cards on the table, huh? Try to find out who's on my side and who isn't. And don't let the boys make a fool of you. Talk to Snaff. That fat cook picks up a lot.
You don't have to tell me that.
I need better armor.
Why? You already have some. That's good enough for you now. If you complete your assignment, we'll talk about it again.
that. Do you really think?
Same old thing all over again.
Why haven't I heard about this before?
What do you know about the attempt on Esteban's life?
Listen, I don't want anything to do with that business, got it? I have my own worries. I'm a victim myself.
In what way?
I paid a lot of gold for my last delivery, but it never came. Some swine made off with it. I've been robbed, probably by some of our own people.
What sort of delivery?
A packet of lockpicks. Someone was supposed to get them from the pirates for me, but a guy named Juan snatched it away from me, including the gold that I paid for it. That bastard is hiding somewhere in the swamp.
Those are all just rumors.
Juan worked for Esteban.
What?
Don't play games with me. You knew about it.
Fine, you're right. But I hope you also realize why I didn't tell you about it. Everyone in the camp knows you work for Esteban. I don't have any desire to get dragged into this business just because you're hot for a red stone.
That's nothing new.
I'm not really working for Esteban.
So, you want to pull the wool over the old swine's eyes? Then I'll give you some good advice. Keep it to yourself. When it comes to Esteban, trust no one. Not even me. Got it? Now enough about that. We don't want to be overheard.
I have your package.
Indeed. What about Juan?
He's dead.
Good. Then he can't cause me any more trouble. As far as you are concerned, I have a pretty good relation with Huno. I'll see to it that you get your armor cheap from now on. And here, I once got this stone from Callisto. It's the only thing that survived my flight from the barrier. I think you'll have more use for it than I do. One hand washes the other. That hasn't changed since back then.
Nobody ever asks me.
I'm staying out of it.
You don't have to ask me that.
Can't rely on that. Same old thing.
It looks like you're a master of your craft.
I've heard that before. Did you bring the steel?
Steel? No, I think you're confusing me with...
Somehow you seem familiar. Do we know each other from somewhere?
Sure, from the old camp.
The old camp, right. You're that curious guy. I thought you was dead.
Yes, everybody thinks that. Who else survived?
A few. Some fled with Raven like I did. For a lot of others, the old camp became a grave.
Tell me about your escape.
Chaos broke out the day the barrier fell. Some hid, others fled, and there was a plundering everywhere.
What did you do?
I was about to leave the camp when it turned bright very suddenly, and a scorching pain ate through my skin. I'd been struck by damn lightning. It feels like I can still hear it. Later, someone told me that Doris found me and took me with him.
I need better armor. Fisk said you'd give me a good price.
Fisk, you say? Well, I'd still owe him a favor.
Okay, I'll take the armor.
Sure thing.
About the attack on Esteban.
What do you want from me?
I'm looking for the person behind the attack.
And why are you coming to me about that?
I thought you might know something about that business.
I don't know anything.
Hey!
Better to watch out when you tell one. I couldn't care that.
What do you know about the attempt on Esteban's life?
Nothing, man. I didn't have anything to do with it. What do you want from me?
Do you deal in smithy equipment?
Huno has steel. I only have a few lumps of ore, but I won't give that up. It's the only thing I have of value.
Do you work for Huno?
I wanted to make up a bit of gold and took up with Huno, but since then, Esteban hasn't given me anything at all. He said he can't use me anymore. What else can I do but continue to slave away for Huno?
That was no big deal.
Nothing's ever going to change that.
I used to say that myself.
Hey, you! Hi.
What you want?
Where do I get a pickaxe?
Go to Huno the Smith. But even if you have a pick, that don't mean that you can get into the mine. If you want to get in, you have to talk to Esteban. Don't even bother going to Thor's. He'll only let you in if you have a red stone.
Tell me, what do you think of Esteban?
Hey, he's the boss here. He's all right, I think. He always lets the good guys into the mine, the ones who know something about mining, I mean.
And you know something about mining?
I'm the best.
What do I have to know about mining gold?
Well, there's something you should know. Gold isn't ore. There's one damn important difference. I mean, what woman would hang a chain of ore around her neck? When picking, work from top to bottom. You can work the nuggets loose best that way. There are also diggers who do it the other way around, but it's far more difficult.
About the attack on Esteban.
Yeah?
Do you have any idea who's behind this?
Why do you want to know?
Esteban wants to see him dead.
Oh, you work for the boss. Then I'll tell you what I know. When the attack took place, I was trying to get my pickaxe from Huno the Smith, but he wasn't there.
And?
Usually he's always there. Very suspicious if you ask me.
He should have known.
I'm staying out of it.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Lenore. Welcome to the Diggers Camp.
Diggers? I thought this was the Bandits camp.
Right, but the Bandits are over here today. So...
Can you teach me anything about gold mining?
Certainly. But if I teach you something, you'll be able to mine more gold.
That's why I'm asking.
Sure. But if you can mine more, it's only fair I get a share of it.
Well...
You might as well give him a share in advance. Let's say 50 gold pieces.
Teach me something about gold mining.
Good. Regular swings will take you forward. Don't overdo it, but also don't fall asleep swinging. And don't always strike at the same spot. Try to work around a good size nugget. Do that and you're on the way to becoming a master digger.
About the attack on Esteban.
Yes?
Do you have any idea who was behind it?
Sure. Let me tell you, I bet that Emilio is behind this. He always ran to the mine like a crazy man. He dug as much as he could. But since the attack, he's been sitting on his bench, not budging an inch. It's obvious. To get into the mine, he has to have a red stone from Esteban. I bet he doesn't dare look him in the eye.
What would Emilio get out of Esteban's death?
What do I know? Maybe he has a pal in the mine who would take over Esteban's place then. Yeah, that would make sense.
A dark cloud over the house. The one approaches with blood. Needed to call him. He who sees me. He sees me. Oh no. Go away. Be gone.
Are you all right?
Green novice. I cannot find it.
Here, take this swamp weed.
Not green, not strong. Not green, not strong.
How can I help you?
The green novice will help the novice.
Hey, you! I've talked to Esteban.
And did he tell you about the attack?
He ordered me to find out who sent the assassin. Do you know anything about that?
No more than you do. I'm also on the hunt for the guy behind. And now we come to the interesting part.
Let's hear it.
I want you to do your job well. I want you to find the traitor. And when you have found him, I want you to kill him for me. Then I will pocket the reward. I have your wanted poster. Don't forget that. Do your job and do it well. You can figure out what will happen otherwise.
Forget it.
Then what do I still need you for, you bum?
Hey, people! Look who we have here!
Tell me, why did Senyan yell, "Look who we have here"?
Unpaid debts. Do you have a problem with that?
No, man, I don't have a problem with it. Quite the opposite. The bastard worked for Esteban.
You look like a digger.
I am a digger. The last time I was in the mine, I worked my ass off.
What happens to the gold from the mine?
Doris collects it and then distributes it. No one is allowed to keep what he mines. Everybody gets only a part of the gold. That way even the hunters and guards get their share. I think that's okay. Since we've had that rule, there have been fewer deaths and the miners still get more than the guys who hang around outside.
What do you know about the attack?
Hey man, I didn't have to do with it.
Why aren't you in the mine now?
I was in the mine long enough and slaved away until I was about to fall over. Now I need a few days rest. Before I get my next redstone.
What's the deal with these red stones?
That's something Thoris and Esteban thought up. Thoris takes care of the gold distribution, and Esteban organizes the workers for the mine. Of course, he doesn't want to run to Thoris every time he sends someone to the mine. That's why he gives us one of those red stone tablets, and Thoris lets us in then. It's like a pass.
What do you have against Esteban?
All that swine thinks about is money. Every few days, one of us gets eaten by a crawler. But Esteban just won't send any fighters into the mine. And why? Those guys belong to Raven's bodyguards, and Esteban is scared shitless to tell them. He'd rather let us get killed.
Lenar told me a bit about you.
Lenar? That guy's an idiot. You must have noticed.
He said you haven't been in the mine since the attack happened.
I don't know anything.
Help me find out who was behind the attack.
No, I don't want anything to do with it.
If an idiot like Lenar notices that you're behaving oddly, it won't take long before Esteban finds out too.
Shit. I'll tell you one name. Nothing more.
I'm listening.
Huno. Go to Huno. He must know something about this business.
What do you know about the attempt on Esteban's life?
You're looking for the guy who's behind it, huh? But I don't know anything about it. How could I? I was still in the swamp then.
I'll come back later. Hey, you! And? How's it going?
Listen, if you want something, go to Snaff. If you want something to drink, you're in the right place.
What do you drink here, then?
We only have a little beer. The only beer on the island was brought by the Paladins. Just about the only good thing those fellows brought with them. Otherwise, we drink booze. I got moonshine, grog, and white rum. You should try that. I got the recipe from Samuel. The old boy really knows his trade.
Aren't you from Corinus?
Don't remind me. My life in that city was horrible. While the ships with the new convicts kept coming in, there was still life in the town. But all those other guys? No thanks. Maybe it's because we're on an island. Well, those days are over. I'm finished with Eldritch.
Why?
He's a wimp. When the bandits dragged me off, he didn't lift a finger to help me.
What are you planning to do?
We'll see. For now, I'll stay here with Snaff, Fisk, and the others. Have you already talked to Thoris? Oh, Enos, is that a hunk of a man? Excuse me. Let's get back to your question. I haven't set a goal. I'm only drifting.
You're not very fond of the Paladins, are you?
Those fanatical murderers in the pay of the fire magicians? No. But Lord Hagen occupies the city with his thugs, and everybody bows down to him. And I didn't want to do that. I wasn't going to wait until they closed down the Red Lantern and locked me up.
The Paladins are the warriors of Innis. They aren't murderers.
So? Blood sticks to their swords, too. Just like the weapons of the pirates or the bandits. The only difference is they do it in Enos's name and not because they want to survive.
Do you deny Enos then, wench?
How could I? It's just people who misuse his name. But I never doubted Enos's divine splendor for a second.
The paladins don't only fight in his name. Enos chooses his warriors.
So, I believe it's the people themselves who choose. Still, your words amaze me. You talk almost like you were one of them.
Have you ever killed someone?
No, and I'm very glad of it. Please, let's not be so serious anymore. Instead, let's drink and enjoy every moment the gods give us.
What do you know about the attempt on Esteban's life?
Nothing at all.
Can you teach me something?
Only too gladly. You can train your dexterity with me.
Give me something to drink.